From the News Channel 5 Network, this is MorningLine.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on MorningLine. Nick Beres here. On a Tuesday, we've got a good show on tap for you because we're going to talk about the amazing growth and the property values here in Davidson County, and we can go to some of the areas outside the city, of course, as well. Talking about whether or not you ever think about selling your home. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to rent, kind of like what that's all about. And it doesn't have to be a home. We can also talk about condos and the like. Also, we all know that they've done a property tax reassessment here in Davidson County, and boy, the values of some homes maybe have increased 30% or more, and how that is affecting homeowners and all of that. We're going to get into it. Take your phone calls if you have questions. Where to buy, where to sell, all of that. 737-7587. With us to talk about it is Christie Wilson, real estate agent. Wait, you're a real estate?
I'm a real estate broker.
Okay. We'll define the difference between that.
That's right.
Real estate broker extraordinaire is what I was going to say. Of course, she is the Wilson Group Real Estate Services president. It's nice to have you. That's after your family. What's the difference again between a broker and an agent?
So a broker has been a licensee for in excess of 3 years, and they've taken all the tests and classes that they have to take to become a broker. And so as a broker, you can manage and own your own company. Well, you can still own your own company, you just can't be the principal broker until you've been in the business for 3 years.
So now, do you have agents that work for you?
We have 52 agents.
That's what I thought.
At the Wilson Group. And some are brokers, but they don't want to manage the company, but they went ahead and got the more education to know more in the business.
I got you. And your Wilson Group's been around for how long? Because I know your father started it.
1988. So what is that, 30?
Wow. And so you kind of just took over?
That's right. I bought it from my dad in 2007. And I started working with him at the Wilson Group in 1995.
That's 95. So you were around from back then, but it's interesting that you made the purchase of the group right in the heart of Dumpsville. 2007, when, of course, we're having this, some people refer to it as a recession, and the property values plummeted and the bubbles burst. That's when you took over.
Well, and my dad and I always joked about that because he always said, buy low, sell high, and that's what he did with our company. I was going, thanks, Dad.
Yeah, you're the one he took for it. He did.
Yeah.
So wait, did you buy it just right at the peak in a way? Well, I mean,
it was
your business, but things hadn't
pretty much.
tanked
it was
yet.
the end of 07. When I took over. So when I bought it, when we transferred ownership.
Well, it's safe to say since then, we were talking about this when she sat down. Obviously, things have bounced back, and the city of Nashville, in a lot of ways, was insulated more than the rest of the country through all those hard times. But as we've seen now with the property tax reassessment, I mean, holy cow! What's the range you've seen in increases of property values in Davidson County? Up to what's the
extensive?
highest?
Well, the highest. On average, the median is 37%.
Right, that's hard to believe.
But in some residential neighborhoods, you're 57, 60%. I had one friend who owns property downtown on 2nd Avenue, and it went up about 400%.
Holy cow. Now, again, that doesn't mean they're going to be paying 400% more in property taxes, because they will be making an adjustment. Explain how that works and how that means some folks may end up actually paying less.
That's right. In fact, I've met with several people who want me to help them get through the process if they want to appeal their taxes. And by the way, you only have till May 19th. So what is that, next Friday? A week from this Friday.
Today's the 8th.
To do an informal appeal review appeal. That's online. It's easy to do. Feel free to call our office. We'll be happy to walk you through the process.
Now, the appeal means that you think they made a mistake in the assessment?
Right. And it could be on your value, and they can overvalue you on several ways. If the condition of your home, most conditions they put as average. If the condition of your home is more on the fair side, say you haven't updated your kitchen in 30 years. Or maybe you have knob and tube wiring, old old roof, different things. They can adjust your value based on condition. It's a mass appraisal, so it's not as if the property assessor is going into everybody's house. It's a blanket appraisal, so that's why things like that you can appeal. As far as value, you can contact your realtor or someone who specializes in the neighborhood, and they can look at what they've compared your house to and determine if they've overvalued or if it's dead on.
But I mean, how many people really know for sure what their home value is just based on themselves looking? I mean, if I were to determine my home value, I guess I'd take a look at what some of the other homes that are similar to mine are selling for, and I guess I would also consider what the appraisers say. I mean, I don't know that when I get the appraisal, I may not like that it's a lot more, or you might, because you want your home to be worth more, but I don't know that I can, dispute it.
That's right. So I
don't have the
give
expertise.
Davidson County property assessor kudos. So much of the values that they've put on homes are pretty dead on.
Much right on. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I've seen a handful that are way over, and that's just because of the condition of the house. The house hasn't been improved at all.
Okay.
But on land value, they've been very accurate. They separate it out between land value and your improvement value, which would be a house, a garage, a pool, porches, anything like that.
Okay.
Sheds, barns.
Sure.
So they've been very accurate, and in some cases, they're accurate on what the value is, and in reality, the owner could oftentimes even get more if they put it on the market because it's such a good market right now.
Okay.
Not in all neighborhoods, but in a lot of the hot neighborhoods.
I'm just guessing with you dealing with sales every day, the appraisal numbers didn't really surprise you all that much. I mean, you've seen homes all of a sudden selling for this much more money, and you're like, yeah, the values have definitely gone up.
Right. It didn't surprise me at all.
Okay, you knew it was coming.
And
I think we all did to a degree. I don't know I knew this much.
What surprised me was the amount that Metro is cutting the tax rate.
Okay.
So in the Urban General Services District, or the USD, Urban Services District, it's been $4.52 per $100 of assessed value. That's going down to $3.16 or $3.155.
All right.
And so in some cases, your property taxes will come down just a little bit.
If you're one of the people that owns property that didn't have that huge of a spike in increase, but you're still going to benefit from the reduction.
Right.
So that's what you're talking about with folks like that. Okay. So yeah, some may. How does this overall affect the buying and selling? I mean, does it in any way? It doesn't really. I mean, we all know what they were selling for.
That's right. The only thing that I think it could potentially affect, if you're in an area, let's say Wedgwood, Houston, which is a very, very hot area over by the fairgrounds.
Yep.
My understanding is that went up about 57% in value. So if you're a home buyer and you're buying a $350,000 home and you have to now pay property taxes, you could qualify for $350,000, but that higher tax rate may, or not rate, the higher taxes may kick you out of your qualifying. You know, if you're right on the line, because you can only qualify for so much, and say the taxes went up another $1,000, $2,000 a year.
Sure.
And I'm just throwing that number out there, but it could possibly kick you out. If you're right on the line.
If you're right on the line right now. It goes without saying that there wasn't any property in Davidson County that went down in value.
Not that I'm aware of.
To your knowledge.
To my knowledge.
I just wondered, did anything actually go down?
Yeah, I would be hard pressed to see anything that went down.
Okay, all right. The number is 737-7587. We can take some of your calls as we go through the program, but again yesterday, and I work downtown, but I don't always do my stories downtown, but I'll walk sometimes to places, you know, where I have to meet folks downtown, and I'm still stunned at all the building and the growth and what's happening. Now, not everything is dwellings. I mean, some of them are of offices and such, but I'm just the apartments and stuff that are going up. And what is it per square foot in some of these now? I mean, they're all pretty high end. Yeah,
from what I understand, most of the apartments are all very high end, and you're probably somewhere $2, $2.20 a square foot on apartments.
Wow.
I think some may be coming down. I'm starting to see the signs with incentives, you know, 3 months free, call us today for rates. So I'm curious with the number, with the overall influx of inventory in the apartment, in that higher end apartment, if those, I call them values, they're not values, they're rents are coming
you're
down.
wondering if some of them are having trouble renting, or?
I wonder, because you see every single one of those apartment buildings have their signs.
Okay, so there's competition trying to attract people to come into those now.
So we'll see. If I could make the time, I mean, of course you can always make the time. If I chose to make the time, I'd like to just go into all those apartments and just see what they're renting for, get the brochure on them.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, do you handle some of those, or do you do
We have a leasing agent at the Wilson Group who will help anyone find rentals. It's a small fee, whether they want an apartment, a house, a duplex.
Just tell them what you want, and then they can look through it, or something along those lines. But that's interesting. So the apartments right now, maybe competition for that. I guess we hear that, about 100 people are moving to Nashville every darn day.
That's what they're saying.
Well, they got to go somewhere.
It feels like it. It feels like it.
And I'm still wondering how everyone pays for this. You know, I mean, we all have jobs. You do well. I do fine here at Channel 5. But I mean, still, the people coming in here, and then if they want to live in the city, what it costs to live here. It almost makes you think you got to be a millionaire. You know. It's
interesting though when you look at the median prices in other competing cities. That are still so much higher than Nashville.
Are they really? Now I had heard. Okay, now maybe larger cities for sure.
Right.
But really, like, is it more expensive to live downtown in Charlotte? Really?
That's what they're saying.
I have no clue. I mean, I haven't been there, but more.
And keep in mind too,
Portland, Oregon?
Charlotte's been more expensive for a long time.
Okay.
So they didn't feel, we spiked.
Okay.
I think that's where the shock value came, was in the past 4 years, all the prices have spiked.
Have spiked up.
We've just always been just a normal city, and then we've just, we became that it city.
So much, that's what I've said. Everyone says growth comes, but I really think there's been more change within the past 5 years in Nashville than I saw in the prior 20 before that, in terms of just, if you walk around downtown, it's absurd how many cranes and how many roads have, you know, those shelters you have to walk under because there's construction overhead.
That's right.
It's crazy.
Well, just getting here this morning, and I just live kind of down the street.
Okay.
And I always just shoot down Charlotte. And thank you, Megan Berry, for changing our traffic lights. You're in town again. It feels like my old Nashville. I'm like, yay, thank you, because I just shot down in about 5 minutes.
Doesn't happen like that.
I was adhering the speed limit, but then you hit at the. I always turn there at the bus station, the Music City bus station. I don't know what they're doing. It's construction, and then something at Municipal Auditorium.
Yeah, I saw the trucks out there.
Yeah, and I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to be late. I was so early.
You made it just fine. But yeah, you never know.
You never know. Always give yourself more time.
Traffic and parking. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, there's a couple already on hold. We've got the lines open, 737-7587. Question, just, she knows the real estate business like no one else in this area. And if you have questions about selling a house, questions about where to buy, or the cost range you're looking for, or just a general question about what's happening in this city, give us a call. We'll be back with more right after this.
If you want to shed the fat and sculpt your body to get that slim, sexy look of your dreams, then you need to stop working out.
Say what?
And start rocking out with Rockin' Body, the fun new body makeover system that was created by fitness expert and Insanity creator Shaun T.
Rockin' Body combines dance and fitness in a fun new way so you can achieve insane weight loss.
I lost 30 pounds dancing.
Now you can tone and tighten your abs, shrink and shape your hips and thighs, and lift and firm your booty, all while you're just dancing.
I've lost 33 pounds. I feel sexy.
And now, for a limited time, the complete $80 Rockin' Body system is 75% off. That's right, Rockin' Body is only $19.95. We'll even upgrade you to express shipping free. Get the complete Rockin' Body system for only $19.95.
Call 1-800-307-0417 or order online at rockinbody.com. 1-800-307-0417. Call now.
Get relevant, timely health information you can use. Local experts and resources to improve the health of you and your family. Please join me, Amy Marsalis, for Community Health Matters right here on News Channel 5 Plus at 9:30 in the morning on the second Monday of every month. Because here in Middle Tennessee, our community health matters.
Watch Community Health Matters every second Monday at 9:30 a.m. on News Channel 5 Plus. Community Health Matters is sponsored by United Health Foundation.
So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You're having another busy year. So much to do. So many roles in life to play. But you feel like you might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot. And before you know it, it's too late. It's not just the aches, fever, and chills that last for days and days. The flu can be life-threatening, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. Being active and healthy alone won't protect you. The immune system weakens with age, making you more susceptible to the flu. If you're over 65, ask about your flu vaccine options, including one made specifically for us. An annual flu shot is the best way to help keep the flu away. Visit the National Council on Aging at ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your healthcare provider about vaccine options for people 65 and older.
As a teacher, having a foster grandparent in my room, it enables me to have an extra set of hands. It's been fantastic having Grandma Freddie in our room. She works individually with children.
It is the best feeling in the world. In the beginning, Denham was very quiet, very withdrawn. Now he has more confidence in what he's doing. His writing has improved. I'm proud of the work that I'm doing. They impact me as well as me impacting them.
We are back on MorningLine. Real estate broker Christie Wilson's with us this morning. It's nice to have you on.
Thank you.
She's so full of energy. Real estate is a tough gig. Okay, it can be competitive, and a lot of people think, oh, it's a great market, I'm going to go into real estate. You just jump in there. You don't just become Christie Wilson overnight. You've been doing this for decades.
A long time.
Okay, you know your stuff, but you like your job.
I do. I love what I do. I'm very, very lucky.
I can tell you are. And you do well, and you like what you do. Anyway, she knows the stuff about the real estate market in this area. So if you have a question, or if you just have a general real estate question, she could answer that for you. The number is 737-7587. Take a few calls because I've got more questions for her too. But let's go to Yar. Are you there, Yar?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Yar, go ahead. Just turn down the TV, and what's your question?
Okay. Well, you want me to put the TV on mute?
Yeah, just put that on mute so we don't hear it behind you, and then we can hear you on the phone. You just talk to us on the phone.
All right.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, there's this house. A guy left it to his son, and it's with the county. It's been sitting for 15 years, and I've contacted his son. Nobody wants to have anything to do with it, and I want to buy it. Every time I go down there, they say, well, it belongs to the son. And the son says he doesn't want to have to do anything with it. How do I go legally to acquire this property for taxes?
For taxes?
What do you mean for taxes? So is this, you just are someone who wants to buy the property, but they don't want to sell it?
No. I want to buy it.
Okay.
Nobody wants to sell it. It's just that the son, the father was a friend of mine. He died.
Okay.
So I went to look at the property. He left it to his son.
Okay.
His son doesn't want to have anything to do with it. So I go to the county. They say, well, it belongs to the son. I told them the son doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He doesn't even want to discuss it. So obviously, the property should sell for the taxes owed.
Oh, okay. So you're saying the son has had nothing to do with it, and in the time he's owned it since his father died, he has not paid any of the property taxes. He's just let the property go.
Yep, and it's just sitting there.
Okay, well, at some point, if he just doesn't, it's going to be taken by the county.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. And they'll announce it in the newspaper. They'll put the listing of which properties are going to be foreclosed, or it'll be a tax sale.
Yeah.
So it's called a tax foreclosure. So you just have to wait until that tax foreclosure comes about. And the county, has the county been able to tell you when that would be?
Do they have any idea how far behind he is or when they might move on it?
You see, what you're saying, when the tax sale comes about, it ain't going to come about. It's been 15 years.
15 years, and it's like they've lost track of it. Have you ever contacted the son and say, hey, you want some money? I'll pay you for this. And was he an idiot?
I definitely have, and he said, I don't want to have anything to do with it. I don't own the property. I don't want it.
Huh.
He's saying he doesn't own the property?
He's saying he doesn't want it. He said he doesn't want to own it. Whoever put it in his name, if there's a mistake, he don't want any part of it. And the county says, but it's in his name.
Well, that's just weird. I don't know what you do on that. Yeah, that's crazy. It's been 15 years that he has not paid property taxes on it. What county is this?
Rutherford.
Rutherford County.
I would ask the property assessor, call back down to the property assessor and ask when was the last tax bill paid?
Yeah.
And why hasn't it gone into tax foreclosure?
I mean, all I can say is bring it to their attention, because if it's been 15 years, they should be aware of the fact for 15 years they've had no property taxes paid. And if it slipped through the cracks, you point it out to them, and yeah, just push it. Otherwise, that's just bizarre. That makes me think of the story with Ben Hall in Wilson County. I don't know if you saw it, but they discovered a situation there. The promo was everywhere. You saw where the owner of the home attacked Ben with an axe.
Yes.
Okay, I thought maybe you had seen that. Attempted to attack him with, well, you went at him with an axe. He never hit him with the axe, but he was charged with a crime because of this.
But he tried to run him off the road,
and tried to, yeah, later they said maybe, and it's still pending, but anyway, this, according to Ben, was someone who might have been a squatter there, and somehow, some way over the past couple of years, he had gone into this home that had gotten lost in the bank shuffle. It had been foreclosed upon. There were people that wanted to buy it, but the banks had been passed from one bank to another, and somehow they'd forgotten. Now, this guy who moved into it was savvy enough to be paying the property taxes, so the county never could move in to do it. But apparently, you know, he didn't have ownership of the home, and so that's part of what Ben's investigation was on all that. That kind of sounds like this. I mean, I just wonder how often there are properties just sitting out there that maybe either the banks through foreclosures, when one bank has sold it to another, that it's just a forgotten property sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, and that's what I love about real estate, is that every day there's new opportunities to learn.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard of one like this before. I mean, that's fascinating to me, because I'm going, if the county's not claiming it, the son isn't claiming it, and it makes no sense if it's in the son's name on the deed, why he wouldn't say, heck, I'll whatever the value is.
What is he turning away from money? I mean, is there some other issue? Don't you want the money? I mean, just sell it to this guy.
And if you don't want the money, give it to charity or give it to your church or something.
Exactly. It makes no sense to me.
That's a weird one.
I wonder if there's something missing there. But yeah, there's properties now. Are there still deals to be had anywhere with, as you said, the foreclosures? How often do we think with this most recent tax situation here, there could be some homes that are foreclosed on because people don't pay the property taxes, and that's an opportunity for a buyer like you or me?
You know, it's going to be interesting to watch. The taxes, even though if your tax has gone up, it's probably not super prohibitive. On commercial property, maybe it's a lot more, but on residential, it may be painful, and there may be some people selling their homes. Hopefully they'll have the wherewithal to, if it takes it out of their comfort zone to make that payment now, then they'd have the wherewithal to sell it before it going into foreclosure.
Okay,
The climate is so good right now in Nashville in real estate. Well, it's a double-edged sword. It's good because so many things are really hot. But if something like this pushes you out of your house, it's sad, and then you have to go into either another county or someplace further out of Davidson County.
That's what I figured. Okay, let's go to Brian. Brian, good morning.
Yar.
Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Tell that yar, guys.
Yar.
We're getting involved in family real estate situations. Let me tell you, they're the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're the worst. I inherited some property. I told you, from Florida. And then I had that place by the airport I lived for a few years, so, I moved out to the country. And I wanted to ask you, I bought this place out here. It's a little red brick house, sweet. It's about almost exactly an acre. And it looks like a two-story because it's in the side of a hill. When it rains, I got some issues with the basement. If I was to sell, when I have to tell people about that, maybe once a year if it gets heavy rain, there's a little crack in the chimney. I bought it for $111. I got immediate offer for like $123. So I've got offers now all the way up to like $140. I think it's settled down now to about $136. I want to ask her, what is all this market in Nashville? How does it affect me?
How does what affect you?
How does it affect me out in the country? I'm way out by Natchez Trace, by the Loveless Cafe. I'm right under Williamson County. I'm in Williamson County, about 100 feet from Davidson County. How does this affect me? I don't think that property taxes are still about $3,000 a year. How will this all affect me?
Well, the Davidson County property tax won't affect you because you're Williamson County. And so when Williamson County has their next reappraisal, which theirs wasn't this year. I'm not sure if it's next year or the year after next. If your value has gone up significantly, then there could potentially be a tax increase. And I don't, we have no idea what Williamson County will do with their property tax rate. So we can only speak to Davidson County because that's what's happening right now. So in all probability, since every county has to reappraise, not retax, but reappraise every 4 years, all of Middle Tennessee, for the most part, has gone up. So there's just a good possibility that if you bought for $111,000 several years ago, and now it's somewhere maybe in the 140 range. In all probability, the tax appraiser will pick that up.
Okay, and as far as what that could mean for him, just being across, in terms of property values, we're going to see folks maybe that sell and then want to buy again. That's kind of the rub. You say it's a seller's market right now, but if you sell your place in Nashville and you get a lot of money, that's fine. Now, if you want to move away to Bismarck, North Dakota, you're going to make a killing because you'll buy a little house there for nothing. You'll have all the money from the seller. But if you sell your house here and then you want to buy another one here, it's going to be more. So are we seeing folks, move out of the county a little bit with their purchases maybe?
Some do, some don't. I mean, you can get more for your money in just about in so many other counties. So if you want to go to Rutherford County, you can buy more house for less money in Rutherford County. I mean, but in parts of Davidson County, you can still get great values in Hermitage. Hermitage continues to go up every day. Donaldson, those are both really hot areas. South Nashville has always been somewhat affordable. Those values have continued to go up. The urban core, East Nashville, Belmont, 12 South, Sylvan Park, Green Hills, those are just way up there.
So like Donaldson, and along the Lebanon Road corridor, as you get down there, Donaldson, Hermitage area there, give me an example of a type of home that if it's priced, it just sells so fast, or they're going to get an offer more. We're talking about maybe some of these basic ranchers, what, maybe 2,000 square feet,
so
something like that, just over there near Donaldson Christian Academy in that neighborhood there, which is a nice, comfortable neighborhood, and it's up and coming. The home's not huge there. I see some for sale signs. I go jogging through that neighborhood sometimes, and the properties, I would imagine, what would they be selling for there?
You know, it depends on the size. I've seen a friend of mine who lives in Donaldson in that general area, they bought, gosh, 5 years ago for $140. They just received their tax appraisal at $350, which I think I can help her get that value down. I feel like that's way high. But at the same time, because there's such a lack of inventory and they've done so many nice things to their house, it's possible that they could sell it for that.
Yeah, that's always my question.
I mean,
could you really sell it for double what you paid for it just a few years later, and then, you know,
in some neighborhoods you can, and a lot of it depends too on what you've put into the house. And if you've done what today's market loves.
Yeah.
So many buyers love that open floor plan.
Yeah.
You know, a nice yard, of course.
Right.
And most people in their lives, even if you're very handy, we are all so busy. Even if you can get a better deal on a fixer-upper, some people will say, well, heck, I'd rather just pay a little bit more
and it's ready to move
and not
in.
have to do anything.
Yeah,
that's been a challenge for us when we have a fixer-upper house, because somebody either wants to buy it and tear it down and start over, or very few people want to come in and fix something up.
Gotcha. All right, listen, we'll take a break on that. When we come back, more phone calls for you, including Jack. Stay where you are. We'll get you first when we come back out of the commercial right after this. Stay with us.
This is a Storm 5 HD weather update. Sign up for Weather Call at newschannel5.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm News Channel 5 meteorologist Leland Statham. Around the Mid-South today, looking good. Not much to see here on radar, so let's check out temperatures. The normal high today is about 76. We will be way above that, about 10 above that for highs later today. Here's what's happening right now. These numbers enter us from Nashville International. Your Tuesday forecast, look for a high today of 86, winds west at about 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 during the afternoon. And then tomorrow, that number may be just a hair warmer at 87. Now, as we head toward Thursday, Friday, this ridge that's over us begins to break down. That allows rain chances Thursday, Friday. Weekend weather looking good, 72 on Saturday, 75 on Sunday, back to near 80 by Monday. Thank you for watching News Channel 5 Plus.
You have the power to make this decision to quit smoking. It took me to get to a mature age where I understood that if I didn't stop, I was gonna put myself in the same position that my mother was in. And I wanted to make a choice while I still had the chance to be here for my daughter.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Inside Politics on News Channel 5 Plus, a show where decision makers from Nashville,
we're moving very aggressively on this. I don't think this is something that we can wait on.
all the way to our nation's capital, aren't afraid to speak up.
Could have been chaos in the House of Representatives.
Each week, host Pat Nolan sits down for exclusive interviews with some of the most influential players in politics.
That may be the issue.
Inside Politics, Friday nights at 7 on News Channel 5 Plus, and at these encore times.
Welcome back to MorningLine. All right, where do you live? Where do I live? I live in Wilson County. It's crazy out there. The homes, real estate going crazy. Christie Wilson's with us this morning, real estate broker here. Your range, by the way, just so our viewers know, I mean, you can talk in general about all kinds of real estate, but you basically Nashville Metro City Center, and then on out.
On out,
do you
all the
handle
surrounding counties.
to the surrounding counties?
Sure
I mean,
do.
you'll do Rutherford County, you'll do Wilson County,
Sure
Sumner
do.
County, if whatever, you know.
That's right.
Okay.
We sell all over Middle Tennessee.
Gotcha. All right. Listen, we've got Jack next. Jack, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Jack.
I just wanted to remind your listeners that we are in a bubble yet again, just like 2007, and bubbles are always followed by crashes. I met a guy on a flight to Las Vegas about a month ago, and he worked for an investment company that was buying 50 to 75 properties a month here in Nashville. And he said his company was one of about 7 of the major ones, not to mention all the minor ones. So when you wonder why there's no inventory in the market, it's quite simple. we're competing with big hedge fund funded money pools that are sucking up the inventory.
You're exactly
and you
right.
combine that with an inherently dishonest assessment process where they're assessing homes at bubble prices, and therefore people are being driven out of their homes, and all I have to say is a pox on Metro government. They're absolutely failing in their job. Their zoning is atrocious. They're tearing, I saw one house in Bellevue, they tore down one house next to the railroad tracks, and I mean literally 50 feet away, and they're putting about 100 houses, little teeny houses into that lot. So the density is going to explode. We're going to make Atlanta look like a nice place to live, and no one's doing anything about it. I know it personally, at least 3 people who are being driven out of their houses by taxes. And this is just unethical. And I hope that we vote out the entire Metro Council and the mayor and all the rest of them when the next election cycle comes, because what's going on is our city is being destroyed.
Hey, Jack, I appreciate it. That's really interesting. I mean, this guy obviously feels passionately about this. I didn't realize that. So what he's saying is there are these brokers that are buying up properties.
They're not brokers, they're hedge funds.
Hedge funds rather.
In, and I wish it
and
was
then they turn around and sell them for, what are they doing? They're just buying?
They hold them for rental. They hold he nailed it right there. We get these calls, people say, hey, we're from LA, we want to buy 100 houses under 200. I said, yeah, and people in hell want ice water. Yeah, they're just not there because you had to be in on that in 2012, 13, 14. And he is exactly right. It makes me crazy because our first-time home buyers can't find property because that 200, 250 and under has been sucked up by these guys. And we get the calls for asking people to help them do that too. And we're just like, it's just not there, you know, the inventory, because they're like, we've got to take down 10 houses at a time, and we want to, I won't go into all the details, but there's many more than 7 people, and but it's, you just can't find the inventory. And it makes me crazy that our first-time home buyers, or buyers, it doesn't have to be a first-time home buyer, looking in that 2 to 250 range. There was a house that came on the market over the weekend for 250. It'll probably, with the number of bids on it, go up to about 300, 310. And someone will pay cash for it with no appraisal contingency. So most of these first-time home buyers are getting loans, and then they have to, the house has to appraise in order for them to get a loan.
Right.
But these investors come in, pay cash, and I'm not dissing the investors. I think investment's a very important piece of the puzzle in real estate. But it just is frustrating as a realtor and as a Nashvilleian that clearly I'm passionate about this, just like Jack. That our folks can't buy. I'm sorry, I'm spitting all over you.
No, that's all right. I do it. No, that's all right. You're passionate. Go on.
Because it makes me crazy that our buyers can't buy. And even our investors who want to buy one home, it's hard for them to find one because these people are swooping in. And
it's all to then turn around and rent. And that's how these hedge funds make money then.
Right, because they're looking at their return. They want to get, most of them want to get a 6% return, which is more than they, I mean, it's a consistent return that they may or may not be able to get in the stock market or on anything else.
It's like they say, the safe real estate investment. Is he right about then this, I don't know if that contributes to the bubble that he's referring to. Well, are we there in this? We always hear bubble now, and it takes us back to 2007 when that's scary stuff, and it's meaning artificially inflated. And I agree with him. I see some prices that we're paying per square foot, and I'm like, are you insane? Who pays that? But apparently people are, and then it just keeps going.
People are, and I don't think we're in a bubble that's going to pop. I think we're in a, it's hard to even say, I think we're in a balloon that's going to kind of deflate. I think we'll see our next recession, what, 2019, 2020, just because that's just life. I mean, a recession always happens, but I don't see a crash. The crash, there were so many factors that contributed to the 2007, 2008 crash with the bad mortgages, the scams on that, the betting against, I mean, if you've ever seen The Big Short or read the book.
Right.
I mean, there were so many things that contributed to that. But we will always see, every 20 years, you just see a cycle of things go up, things temper, things go back up, things temper. It's a real estate cycle. And if you don't have the grit to stay in the business through all that, I mean, it's scary. I mean, it's scary. You just really have to have a lot of tenacity and grit because it's just a cyclical profession and the market.
Okay, so it goes in cycles.
But I'm going to disagree respectfully with Jack on this point. Taxes have not gone up yet, so the fact that he's saying he's already seen 3 people driven out, then they're speculating. Because the 2017 tax bill, which is the one that would go up, because 2014 what was the last one?
I guess
13.
2013 or 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, 13, I guess.
You know, they were basing those on the recession prices.
Okay.
So there's a lot more that goes into it when you really study how it's going. So I would just, since these taxes haven't occurred yet, I don't see how someone can be driven out yet by the taxes. If that's what if he's saying 3 people he knows have already been driven out, then that would have had to have been from a prior tax increase.
All right, let's go to Ralph. Ralph, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hi, Ralph. What's on your mind?
Well, my question was already answered, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there anyway. It's just like the real estate business, when they advertised rent places in the newspapers that were actually close to $1,000, $1,700 a month just for a house to rent. That forced people that actually owned houses, renting them out. It forced rent up for normal people just to rent. And they don't actually want to buy a house to be settled in one place because the job market is not always stable and they have to move around a lot just to find a job. So y'all have actually forced people to pay more for rent just to be able to live instead of going and buying a house, getting it cheaper.
Yeah.
My thing was, thanks a lot for making it harder on everybody else. All right, good night.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for your call. Well, there's some people out there clearly that are paying rent right now that I say, wait, how much did you say you pay for rent? Which could, if they go to one of the marketplaces you talked about, be it Hermitage or whatever, and found a house, it'd be the same as a mortgage payment.
Right.
I mean, there are people pay, when I hear someone paying $2,000 a month rent, and I understand that for some, there's reasons why they may do that. But gosh, that's $2,000 out the door every month, with absolutely nothing in return. No equity, nothing. I understand maybe buying, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? You think about that, I mean, that's a ton of money. That's $24,000 a year that you have nothing to show for, except, yes, you were living probably in a nice place. But you could go buy yourself something and maybe build a little equity, and even if you wanted to move, take off in 2 years,
right.
You know?
Or keep it and rent it, or whatever you wanted to do.
Yeah, I just don't, I mean, what do you think? I mean, the people paying that much rent?
You know, I think it's...
And I see what he was saying about why sometimes you want to rent.
Now that's to the first point about someone being driven out of Nashville, because rents have gone up, so a lot of people have left the county to find more affordable rents, which at this point has nothing to do with taxes. That's just market demand, and people are being able to get that. There's more and more rental property, like we're talking about with the apartments coming on. So y'all did a story on this a couple of weeks ago, I think, where we may start seeing rents coming back down a little bit because there is a lot of inventory on the rental market starting to come available.
You always hear about that, though, when you see these one apartment after the other. Years ago when I saw them, I thought, oh, who's going to rent all that? And boy, was I wrong.
Right.
Everyone moved into it. So is the rental market, okay, I know, we did the story on that. They think that the vacancies are going to come up because so many are being built at once, or fewer people are choosing to rent and they're choosing to buy instead?
You know, it could be anything.
Okay, I didn't know.
It could be anything. Now, a lot of people, even though they're paying a rent rate and they could be buying could be getting a mortgage for less, maybe they're only here for a couple of years. You know, maybe they came on a job with Vanderbilt that says you have a 2-year commitment. They don't want to risk, well, if I buy now, what if the market goes down? They don't want to risk it. I've had people who I've sold their properties because they said it was too much stress to own a property. They'd rather be able to call a landlord to take care of stuff. That's only happened a couple of times in all my years. I thought that was interesting. I'm going, but you know, find a handyman that you can trust and like, who can come take care of stuff. Other people are just, they're afraid to buy. Other people maybe don't have the down payment, don't have the credit, can't qualify for what they want. They rent because they want to be in a specific school district. So there's varying reasons why somebody would rent and not buy. I clearly promote buying because I think it's, to this day, it is the best investment you'll ever make with your money.
Boy, most people have not seen a reduction in it. Now, we all know when the market crashed, and a lot of people took it on the chin, but boy, since you last came on, I think the interest rates have gone down, haven't they? I mean, I'm sorry, not down, up, haven't they?
I think they've come back down.
Did they come back down? They went up and then
yeah, they're just.
So what is it right about now if you want a 30-year mortgage on a house?
About four
or so? Which still, compared to years ago, I mean, it's still pretty darn solid,
right? That's right, that's right. They have not gone over, I mean, they've been in the 4-ish range, plus or minus, you know, a half, gosh, since 2006.
Okay.
So, you know, 11 years. And everyone for every year says, well, the rates are going to go up. I'm going, At some point they will, because they have been artificially deflated by the Fed.
Right.
So
does anyone do an ARM anymore, an adjustable rate mortgage? They'll do those. No, really, those you only want to do if you think you're going to stay there for a short period of time.
That's right. That's right. That's what I recommend.
Okay,
if you're
because you never know. An adjustable rate, meaning it just goes with it, and then all of a sudden, after what, 2 or 3 years, it can.
Yeah, usually you spend 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. All right.
It can adjust.
It's not for everyone. All right, listen, we'll take a break. When we come back, Neil and others are on hold. We'll take more phone calls for her. I'll take them too, until the 9 o'clock hour. So we'll be back with more of your questions on real estate right after this. Stay with us.
This week on Fishin' Affliction TV.
I ain't going now, big doggy. Oh, nice fish, big dog, nice fish.
Join Team Fishin' Affliction for some fishing action on legendary Lake Okeechobee for day 2 of Fishin' the Big O.
All right. Well, it didn't take long, did it? No.
Your Fishin' Affliction TV weekend begins Saturdays right here on News Channel 5 Plus, your home for
Fishin' Affliction time for those who've got it bad.
She stands in the face of evil and will not lose hope or faith. America, the land of freedom, is still the home of the brave. So raise the banner. America will always stand. History will write the story. America will always stand.
All right, it's our final segment this morning on Morning Line. Christie Wilson's with us, real estate broker, taking your calls. Nice to have you on.
Nice to have you here.
Always
Time
fun
flies
seeing you.
on Open Line.
It does, doesn't it? It just takes off.
I know. I'm going, what?
It's an hour of live TV without a teleprompter.
That's
a lot
true.
of people come on this show and first time they're like, an hour of live TV, oh my God. And then it's over and they're like, wow, that was sweet.
Yeah,
Not
and it's
bad.
fun. You're just a great host. You make it fun, and so are your callers.
Well, yeah, the callers, but it's always great when you have a guest that knows what they're talking about. And that's most of the time. So let's go to Neil. Neil, good morning.
Yes. One of my comments was that I had wrote 4 contracts on 4 different pieces of property, and I had other people to come in and outbid me. And it's like the inventory is very limited.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah, and so, okay, and then the rent has just went skyrocketed.
Yeah, well, he's right. Okay, what recommendation do you give to someone like Neil? All right, let's say they find a house, and you were talking about like your friend in Donaldson or Hermitage area who's got a home they bought. But let's say they put it on the market for $250 or $275. I guess the realtor, you're trying to think of what's the best way to go about doing this. All right, and you really like that house. So in this marketplace, are you saying if you want that, you need to offer more than they're asking?
Well, number one, you always need to align yourself with a really good agent who can give you strategy on getting it.
Because there's strategy involved.
Because it is all strategy right now. All good agents know what strategy to use. So a lot of times you're competing with the best agents out there. So if you're cash, that's so much better because you can waive the appraisal contingency.
Okay.
If you're getting a loan, you can waive it. But if, say you buy a house, it appraises for $250, you have a contract on it for $275. Let's say you bid up $25,000.
Gotcha.
It only appraises for $250. You as that buyer are going to have to somehow come up with $25,000 to bring, if you put that in the contract.
Okay.
There's so many people who will put that in the contract. So if you're writing your offer and can't fill that gap, they're going to take the other offer.
Okay, right.
And then you can waive the home inspection contingency, which always blows my mind. You know, I think the home inspection is such an important
You have to, because that's where you find out if there's carpenter ants or if there's
or whatever, if
structural issues. Yeah, I mean, you want to be safe.
Now you can buy it as is. You can make it contingent on a home inspection and still buy it as is, or if you write your contingency correctly, you can withdraw your contract with an unsatisfactory home inspection.
Okay.
But there are so many people coming in not asking for a home inspection.
Okay.
So I feel Neil's pain. We represent clients every day, you know, and you go up and there's 10, 15, 25 offers on these properties. But I don't know who your agent is, Neil, but align yourself with a really good one who can help you through that. It's a numbers game, and you don't give up. We have buyers who want to give up, and we're like, no, the right one is around the corner.
Yeah.
We will stick in here with you and help you find it.
Hey, you're right, so right about how important it is to I'm dealing with an agent with my folks' home out in Oregon, and she's great. By the way, just so folks know, typically if they hire, you know, obviously a reputable agent or a broker, how much does the broker take when the home sells?
So all commissions are negotiable.
Okay.
Typically the seller has negotiated the fee with the listing agent.
Okay.
So when I go to list a house, I sit down with the seller, go through the listing contract, which is a contract from me and the Wilson Group to be hired to sell their house.
All right.
And then we put in the fee that we charge, and then we offer half of that fee, or typically we offer 3%. We always offer 3% to a buyer's agent.
To a buyer's agent. Okay. So so that's so it's like 6% usually?
Well, maybe it's 7%, maybe it's 6%, maybe it's 5%.
Okay.
Whatever the fee you negotiate with your seller is. You can't set commissions.
Okay, so does the person, meaning you negotiate that with the person selling the house?
That's right. When I'm going
like
in to
if I'm selling a house,
seller,
I'll ask you, okay, I want to sell it. And I'd like, for instance, I think this property we're selling in Oregon, I think it's 6%.
Okay.
That's what it is. And so she'll sell the house, and then she'll share some of that with whoever.
With the buyer's agent, right.
If there's a buyer's agent.
That's right.
If there is one.
If there is one. If there's not one,
then
she
gets the whole thing. Okay. All right, let's go next to Tony. Hi, Tony.
Yeah, good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Tony.
Nick, it's not too much being discussed on the housing situation here for us. The real estate people, the agents, which he probably belongs to. By the way, that's a little small woman. I've met her before.
Little thing.
In her office.
I remember that, Tony. That's right. You came by.
That's right. Now, you know, every time they propose a deal for housing, the housing people in town, the real estate people always fight them. They always take them to court to civil suits and lawsuits and stuff. And I think it's some kind of political unfairness. Now, I've been looking for a home for about 3 years. And every time I run across one, the real estate agent comes with a ripoff. So it lets me believe in this very untrustworthy of them. I don't want to live where drug dealers across the street.
Sure. No, Tony's brought this up before. All right. Now, I think maybe what he's trying to refer to sometimes is there are efforts to try to set some things aside for more affordable housing. There's quality affordable housing. And whether it's developers or real estate agents, I think maybe more developers, there's some pushback on that because they have these properties and they want to sell it for the maximum amount as opposed to setting some aside that might be some affordable housing for people who can't afford a $500,000 500 square foot apartment.
Right.
All right. So what do you think of that?
It is a debate that, like you said, it keeps going back and forth. They tried to bring the affordable housing bill in 2 years ago, I believe, and they had all these experts come in where so many would be set out for affordable units. It was all kinds of things, and my understanding, I wasn't involved in this process at all, but Metro's wanting to put all the onus on the developers. The developers are going, hey, we're happy to help, but it's not fair to us to take all of the brunt of the cuts and our profits. And then Metro will say a different story. So it's that. And the unfortunate thing is, to Tony's point, is it's the people who need the housing who are at risk and who aren't being able to get it.
Yeah, they just can't.
Yeah,
he's been looking himself.
It's this, and I don't know if the answer is to go into other cities. I know we do those trips every year.